Hey, what's up, guys? All right, so this is gonna be video number 3. Excuse the fact that I look a little tired. So this video is gonna be a continuation, obviously, of the previous 2. Just an introduction into my closet. So without much further ado, let's hop into it. Even though I'm actually definitely getting ahead of myself. So we're gonna scale back for one moment. Actually gonna do is get into today's OOTD. Excuse the bags. I have been working quite a bit lately, just picking up extra shifts, as one must do to maintain things like a room and a literal house, you know, so you gotta do what you gotta do. But be that as it may, I'm very pumped and excited to bring you guys more content. So without further ado, let's get into it. Today's OOTD, we're starting with the hat. So I have just a plain white cap. This is from Urban Outfitters. Really dope, really simple, really inexpensive. You guys know Urban's price points are pretty fair. Though to be fair, sometimes they're a little much for what they are to be kind of like a go-to elevated basics, I would say. But this hat is dope, so definitely glad. Which then brings us now to today's shirt. It's a pretty adventurous shirt. It's a salmon pink with a striped sleeve. I have to look at the material again of what the sleeves are because I'm not sure, but it feels like a dress shirt, honestly. Extremely dope. This is definitely, I love all my t-shirts. I'm not even gonna cap, but this is sincerely one of my favorites. This one is by Comme des Garçons, which I mentioned, I think, in my first video. That's one of my favorite brands, a Japanese brand. Rei Kawakubo is a G. Period. At me. Don't at me, actually. Don't at me. We're just gonna have to fight. You know, just facts. She's one of the goats. So yeah, yep, that's the shirt. It's a really dope fit. I love how fitted it is on the sleeves. It's kind of fitted through the body, but not like too fitted, as you see. All that good stuff. Not it's a super fitted t-shirt. It's like top to bottom, sleeve, chest. Like that's just not my style personally. But you know. So then that brings us to today's trousers, which are Alexander Wang. You see those? Cool. Yep. And as you guys remember, I wore another pair of Alexander Wangs in my most recent video. They just make really good joggers, man. I honestly want another pair. Like I kind of want a gray pair, honestly, but I wouldn't even pass up another black one because they're extremely well made. As you see, you know, you can't really feel it obviously through the camera, but if you can just take a gander at it, it's very thick material. These are actually a viscose blend. And then of course you've got the ribbed hem right there. And it's kind of like sectioned off. I hope I'm doing a good angle on that, as you can kind of see, hopefully. But they're like kind of like ribbed at an angle. So it just provides like that much more infrastructure to the cut. So it just helps them stay like a jogger, if that makes sense. Because the most annoying thing ever is joggers that literally start fitting like jeans, like because the elasticity is just gone, which is another reason why I go for more upscale joggers. Don't really go to H&M and Zara, things like that for those. I try to stick with like Wang or Acne or somebody more in that variety, you know. I'm also not into super overpriced joggers either though. Like, it's not my thing. I don't think it's worth the money. I think it's a little trendy, but just my 2 cents. So, and then I'm also doing, you probably already seen them, but as you see, Vans on the feet, bro. Classics. Can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Vans, dude. Classics. So that brings us to today's subject matter, which is getting back into my denim collection. So you guys can kind of see, I have it in stacked, as I mentioned previously, just to give you a little glimpse. So I'm kind of a t-shirt collector. And there are stacks behind these stacks, but yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing that I do. Been doing it for, well, really since high school. I've always loved t-shirts, man. So, and it, skate tees, luxury tees, graphic tees, white tees, black tees. They're all dope. But be that as it may, and again, these are my APC chinos. I wore these on my birthday. I think I mentioned that previously, but if not, look at that crease though. Like, look at that crease, dog. I've washed these and they're still creased. Like, just shout out to APC. Just shout out them. Shout out the French, man. They're awesome. So, let's see. We did those. Let's see. So let's do these. And I wore those, so you guys have seen those. And this is actually the last denim video. So I'm just gonna knock out the last few. If I can get this down without sabotaging my closet. All right. So these are the 3 for today. Excuse my unmade bed. But let's get into it, guys. All right, y'all. So this is the first pair of denims. As you see, they are by Acne Studios, one of my definite favorite brands. These are literally awesome. They're actually a recent acquisition. You can see, I know again you can't feel, but you can see the weight of the denim. Like, just look at the gauging of it, which is really what I go. When it comes to denim, is a heavier denim, which usually is at a higher price point, but it's usually always worth the money because they last forever. Like, I'll literally have these jeans forever, and I've had jeans for a decade before. It still looked the same way when I bought them. Do a little run through of these. So this is the fit. They're kind of like a slim straight, if that makes sense. And the bottoms are actually frayed, and they did come like this. It's not a customization, so you see that. The fit is awesome. I have to rock them in a vid or wear them out, post them online, something like that. So you see those. That's the other side. And that's the Acme's, guys. On to the next pair. So I did want to take just a moment, guys, to look back into these for a second. So these, as you see the tag, Acme Studios, again, these are the Van Black Vintage Wash. As you see there, all that good stuff. Let me maybe put it right side up for you. And you see it's made in Italy also. Subtle flex. Nah, but seriously, definitely Italian-made denim has a different kind of heaviness to them. It's a different kind of craftsmanship. It's the same thing essentially with Japanese denim, though that's just a different league altogether. And speaking of, that moves us on to our second pair, which is gonna be the Nudies. Definitely an amazing brand. So let's just hop right in. So as you see, you've got the Nudie trademark tag right there. You see the double stitching. You see how fine the stitching actually is without my shadow. Maybe move back a little bit. And you can just tell the quality just looking at it. And these are a raw denim, very stiff, as you see, but very comfortable. Not stiff in the manner of you can't move in them. They're very movable, all that good stuff. You also see the trademark backwards in, leather tag. I did notice that in premium denim, you tend to get things like leather tags. You recall from my first video, I want to say, if not my second one, I should definitely, but we're gonna just slide on past that. And yeah, so with the News, the Australian brand, their tags are genuine suede. With Nudie, as you see, it's a genuine leather. And it's kind of got a patina to it just over time with age, which I think is really dope. I love that about raw denim, that it genuinely ages with you. That's the main reason why I love it. That's why I buy it. So just to give you, and I have them cuffed right now. That's typically how I wear them, but I don't always. And now have the fronts. So you see that heaviness, that really pristine, dark, unwashed wash. Pretty hard to find for guys, for cheap, to be very honest with you, but it is worth the investment. And these are also selvage, which really is the selling point, aside from the quality of the denim, obviously. And yeah, so you see the selvage, you got a white and red weft. That's kind of like the traditional trademark. But as you saw with my news, it comes in gray, it comes in orange. I mean, it comes in all sorts of colors, but so there you have that. And then we're gonna take just a brief look into the interior. So you see you've got Nudie jeans core right there, waist inseam right there. You've already seen that, but just go to that, all the buttons. And also with premium denim, you're gonna notice typically that all the buttons and everything is embossed with the logo. Just little details like that, guys. And these, well, actually all Nudies have this on the inside, at least authentic theirs. Their slogan, their kind of brand ethos and all that good stuff. And there's one more tag, and these I think are the regular Ralph, the dry regular Ralph, if I'm not mistaken. So let's double check. Let's see. Where is that actually? Now that I think about it. Let's see. Yeah, apparently I can't find it, but it's in here somewhere. But these, in the meantime, are made in Italy. As you see, Italy is another really great, and I mentioned this earlier, manufacturer of denim. There's some really premium American brands as well, but I personally tend to prefer Italian, if not Japanese. They're pretty much neck and neck for me. And yeah, so that's pretty much these guys. Is that, oh, there we go. So it was under the size tag. So these are the regular Alf dry selvage. So you see that there. Yep. And that is my Nudies. Really, really dope pants. Awesome. Brings us to our last pair. These are J. Lindbergh. Let me bring them into the light a little so you can see. It's kind of embossed in the leather. And again, leather tag, just premium stuff, detailing. These are kind of like a vintage wash. They're kind of like almost like a blue-green wash, if that makes any sense. And you see J. Lindbergh right there, Stockholm, which is of course Sweden. And you saw in the first video, I have another pair of J. Lindberghs as well. I actually have several pieces from his line. It's just a really dope line, generally speaking. I have like a sweater and like some other pieces. And you see that's the logo, their trademark. It's kind of like the pi sign, like in reverse or something, I don't know. So yeah, so that's that. Showed you the tag already. This particular pair are actually made in Turkey, as you see beneath the waist and inseam information. Turkey, I noticed, produces a lot of really premium t-shirts and denim. You'll notice some Givenchy is even made there and produced there. If not like Portugal, it's another place I actually really want to go. I could not imagine how dope the shopping would be there. So these are the Damians, mid-rise, skinny fit. Their brand ethos right there, Scandinavian lifestyle, all that greatness. And these I actually did customize. I decided, because they were kind of like an in-between skinny and straight fit, and I just wanted something different for them, so I gave them more of a straight leg fit. So then I distressed the hems. And I'm a very, I don't want to say OCD, but I'm very particular about details, especially if I'm making something or personalized, really make a point to be very careful, to be symmetrical. And I don't use rulers. I don't know, I'm not bragging, but a little, slightly, because you see it's obviously perfectly symmetrical. And we can come over here and it's the same thing. The trick to that actually, honestly and truly, is really just to fold them over and then have both hems like this and literally just cut as straight across as possible. And you're gonna want some pretty decent scissors. Honestly, I use like beauty supply store ones because they just seem to give you more of a precision cut versus like fabric scissors for whatever reason. Don't know why, but yes. So that is my last pair of denim. I do have other like pants, like track pants and things like that. I might do another video for those in the future. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. And again, my name's Adavian. For those of you guys that don't know me, hi friends that do know me. And yeah, so that is gonna be it for today's video. And in conclusion, have a very blessed week. I've been having a very blessed one. And yeah, have a great day. And I'll see you in video 4.